fatties up by hand real quick. So
Yes,
ready to go
sir. Yes, sir. I actually have one, and I have one
Oh my
whatever
goodness!
too.
Oh
But
my
if you want,
god!
if you don't want the roll, but
Nah,
well,
I'm kind of
heck
digging
yeah,
this. You know.
heck yeah. I want to do that one then after.
I bet,
I'm
dude.
gonna go slow. I'm not gonna do. I think and something I've been like learning these last few days is I don't need to use so much. Are we live right now?
Yeah.
I don't need to like smoke so much to like to really yeah
To really get it
yeah
anymore.
exactly.
Exactly.
It's just like one and I'm good, and I'm like I don't need to go overboard with it.
See. I, that's what I was trying to say. I was like, when you just lay off a little bit, then you'll be like, damn, I could just have like a half ounce in the house at all time and be fine. Like
I
it's there
feel.
for when the days you really are like,
Mm-hmm.
a nice joint would be good this week.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how I was yesterday. I was like, just gonna just roll a nice one.
Mm-hmm. Heck yeah. Yeah, but it's like, yeah, I don't need to be like chain smoking. I know, I'm really like, I guess I kind of chain smoked it, but like,
Yes.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
We didn't want to tell you, but yeah.
but yeah, we didn't want to tell you that
We
you're
didn't want to judge you or nothing, but you knew.
yeah, I know. I don't want to chain smoke anymore. I'm cool with that, honestly. I think other people were like looking at me like, how is this dude doing it? And I don't know, I felt fine doing it. I'm not gonna lie.
I
It's
was
like,
honestly like, kind of like, how the fuck does he go through so much, dude?
I like it. I like.
You were going through 2 ounces and I was going through a half, and I was like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
damn.
Yeah, I mean, I was just yeah, but I liked it out, and then I would just keep going with it,
I
honestly.
still fucking swear, dude, that,
But
that one time that we both bought those 2 ounces, I swear they sold us like oregano.
mm,
It looked like they were in packs like this. Remember that shit that we got
oh,
that
that's
time?
right.
Garbage.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was
Absolute
yeah,
garbage.
that was pretty bad.
He's like, well, it was cheap, and I was like, you told me it was going to be cheap gas, not
Mm-hmm.
not cheap dirt.
Mm-hmm.
It actually was expensive dirt.
It was expensive dirt. It ain't no cheaper than dirt here. Damn.
It's a banger website though, cheaper than dirt.
Yeah.
I've been getting all my bug out shit ready. I bought
Mm-hmm.
fucking radios yesterday. I'm
Oh,
going
okay.
full send prepper now. I
Okay.
think. So was my dad. It's pretty crazy.
Okay.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Cause I've been about that kind of stuff, and
Uh huh.
he's not like the super prepper guy,
Uh huh.
but one of his friends that we go hunt with is like full. He's fucking full scent
Okay.
on the prepping,
Yeah.
and it's got him going, and it's funny, it's great. I love it. And I was explaining to him the other day. He's all about like trying to defend these scenarios and shit. And I was like,
Okay.
he's gonna get these things to defend your batteries against like EMPs and shit. And I'm like, that's all cool, Dad, but like, you don't have any fucking armor. Like,
Mm.
if you're driving down the street
Mm.
after an EMP goes off and you're the only one with a car, you're gonna get shot at. Like,
Mm-hmm.
no questions asked.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be shooting because you're the only one that has something that works.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, oh yeah, I guess. And I was like, you're gonna spend
I
thousands of
guess.
dollars on this other goofy shit like a
Yeah.
satellite phone and
Exactly.
stuff before you buy body armor,
Yeah. Exactly.
and then you'll be the guy that somebody's targeting to just shoot.
Yep. Yep. Easy target.
Easy.
That's the crazy
And
thing
I mean,
about that. Yeah.
he has a lot of guns too, and he's ready to go. But like
Still, I mean,
at the
eventually
same
you're gonna lose a
time,
shootout
yeah,
if
I
you
was
get
like,
in
at least
enough.
even if your shit don't work and you got to walk somewhere to get something to make it work,
Uh huh.
at least you could like maybe get shot once and not like be
Yeah.
dead right off the bat.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I got you. Kind of crazy
I
to think
think I
about
got
it.
him on board.
Uh huh.
I was like, it's like $300. You can survive like, up to like a sniper caliber rounds.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, level 4 plates are legit, dude. That's what I want to get, but I just can't afford them. I'm a broke boy.
But even then, like those level fours or what? Like they
Level
must be
four,
heavy,
level
heavy.
4 plates. They're probably pretty fucking heavy, honestly.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
I mean, so you said she was teaching you how to shoot, right? I'm sorry, I'm like done
Oh yeah, like
focusing.
she like yeah, I'll go to the range from here.
Have you been going?
Not yet, but she
Nice,
was
dude.
showing me.
That shit's fun. It's fun to get into, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's addictive.
I could see.
Then one day you'll be like, "Hey, man, I'm building a gun." I'll be like, "I'm so proud of you.
I'm so proud of you. It will happen probably.
Welcome to the dark side."
Welcome to the dark side. I fucks with it.
Well, this one did not
Ooh.
work well, but I got a little overzealous with the amount that I put in there.
Mm. That would still work though.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be beautiful.
Oh, nice.
Bam.
That's pretty cool.
I fucking
That's
just
pretty
try to.
cool.
I was the other day. I was like, you know what? I'm kind of bored and nobody's home and I ain't got shit to do.
Uh-huh.
I was like, I'm just gonna roll them by hand.
Mm-hmm. I always wanted to try. I mean, I tried it one time.
If you want to
Oh,
try, dude.
no, it's okay. It's okay.
Honestly, I thought it'd be harder rolling them with filters, but it's actually makes it like 10 times easier. Because
Mm-hmm.
then you have that solid thing, and you can just once it goes, it's just like
Mm-hmm. I saw that.
just like roll it. Like as soon as you get it to really start, it'll almost roll itself. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Good shit.
Heck yeah.
Bam.
I like it.
My bad, man.
No,
I
you're
don't know
bad.
what's up. We're feeling this low energy on these Sundays. Let me crack this bad boy open. Let's
Crack
get
this
shit
focus
going.
8 up. And then I like here, so that's 100 milligrams of caffeine, and over here it says microdose of caffeine, 30 milligrams. Yeah, that's like microdose. Like,
Yeah.
I find that funny.
That's a
little bit.
microdose, and this is a full send, I guess. 3 times the amount in here.
But the thing is, like an energy drink, that's 200. You know?
Like a Monster? And how many servings are in a Monster? I think it's 2.
Oh my god.
So I think it's like 400 milligrams.
Oh my god.
I think. Yeah, this is serving size 1 per can.
That's 1 per can, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think some Monsters are like 2 servings per
Oh
can.
my
if you get
goodness.
the one that's this size, I think it's 2 servings.
Oh my god.
And it's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, extremely. Like, that's overdrive. Like, and that's why we get messed up.
Yeah. So I was listening to a guy, and he was saying that it might be the same guy that I always listen to.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have caffeine for 90 minutes after waking up, it's way more effective. You don't have the crash that you normally have when the caffeine wears off.
Okay.
And it actually does work because I've been trying it. Like try to hold off for 90 minutes before I make my coffee in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a difference at 1 to 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
That's normally when I'm like, oh my god, I'm tired. It has something to do with your caffeine receptors. Like you have your natural amount of energy, and then an hour and a half. I don't know, something to do with that. I had it, but then I
He
kinda
like
don't
came
remember.
up halfway, like some shit like that. No,
Some scientific shit like
no,
that. You know, I'm not
got
gonna try
you.
to recall
No,
that
I
right now.
got you. It was funny how you said that. I like that. That's all I mean.
Yeah,
I'm
and
not.
it's I don't know. The
No,
way it wears
yeah.
off, it doesn't wear off as bad as if you have it before that, because it's something that interfere with your natural ability. And just go ahead and bring us on in, brother.
Hell yeah, episode 75. The Smoke Circle
Damn.
Pod. Only one way to do it.
Been at this for like 80 weeks now.
80 weeks. Just keep on going. It's a
Damn.
marathon, not a sprint. That's what I was saying earlier. And then how find something in your life that you can find consistency in. And once you find consistency, you will find. I was trying to think of another C word, because it's not perfection, but it's Competence, maybe.
Confidence, I would say.
Confidence and competence.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Both of them, right?
For sure.
Really. So you just find that consistency, and that will build competence, and then in turn you'll feel confident. You can only feel really confident once you have the competence. Meaning, if you can actually do something, then you can actually be confident. Because if you can't do something, then you can't really be confident in whatever you're doing.
Correct.
To do any type of job, whatever it may be, you have to have that background knowledge on how to execute that job to have that confidence. And then once you have that confidence, then that could flow into other parts of your life and
because
seep in everything else.
really knowing what you are good at and how to do what you do makes a huge difference.
Mm-hmm.
Like a big difference.
Mm-hmm. I tell you what, man, when I'm prepared for the day, when I have my resources that I need to have right for the day, my day goes so much more smoothly, so much smoother, rather than just me like getting everything like kind of like last minute, kind of just doing it on the fly. I can, and the other people kind of pick up on it as well, right? Because they see what you can do when you're actually prepared, and it's like, oh shit, when he's actually prepared, he can actually do this pretty damn good. So then once I'm kind of just like, just scrambling, like I can keep the engine going, I can keep the car on the road, but that motherfucker is, tilting and toddling and like.
Yeah, it's like driving with two fucking blown out bearings.
Whereas like if you're more prepared, you're a fucking race car.
Ride, fast as fuck, going right by everybody. Yes,
handles very well, in and out of turns. It's like, damn, this feels good. Like I can actually control this hoe and like really.
I have today in the bag.
You have the day in the bag.
Waking up and feeling that's a whole different. Yeah. I was gonna go somewhere off that, bro. My brain doesn't work whether I'm high or not. It just doesn't.
No, it's okay, man.
That shit just is fleeting.
My shit's fleeting too, man. Like, and it depends on the day, honestly.
I don't know why my memory is so bad. I feel like there's just something internally. Like I don't know. It's pretty bad. Oh, I remember. I was gonna add on to what you were saying. Yeah, because and this kind of touches what we said last week too. Since we have talked about our change and wanting to change, and actually, the two of us, I feel like, have definitely started a wave. A ripple. We've started a ripple.
Yeah.
And it's turning into a wave. Because I see it a lot around us. I don't know if you see it around you and the people in your day-to-day life, but I do in mine.
Okay.
A lot of different people wanting to change. A lot of better energy.
Okay.
From all around, from just others. And I really believe it's from here, man. I really got to fucking tell you, it's from this podcast.
Hell yeah.
I have a lot of respect for this thing. That's why it was hard for me to want to change it, but the change is good and it needs to grow and evolve with us. Because there's, other people that I didn't think would want to go, like what we were talking about earlier, like on that compound. There's people that I would never have expected that were like first ones to say yes, like full send to that. I was like, wow, you really have like grown a lot. They're changing their habits. They're getting rid of the drinking. They're getting rid of the partying, the staying out doing all the dumb shit. It's good, man.
Heck yeah, man. Man, we're creating that ripple. We're creating, and then that ripple will turn into a wave. Yeah. Right? Just keep going with the ripples, and you don't really want to like. And that's the thing. Like sometimes I get like very, you can maybe call it superstitious or whatever it may be. Is just kind of like, like say that you're creating a ripple and all this, but then actually you have to actually keep going and keep those actions in place, right?
Right.
And not stay complacent. That complacency will just be the killer of everything else, really.
Right.
So just stay on that consistency and don't get stagnant.
And I think the big part of it is not only have we talked about it, but we've actually done it. And so there's visible, like, there's evidence, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's a disease, but a good one.
Yeah.
It's spreading.
Yeah. Heck yeah, man. That's why I never wanted to give up this podcast. I was like,
I feel like it's too important.
Too important. It's way too important, man.
Yeah.
It's too important. It's too important in my life, man. I know it's important in your life too, but
I'm glad, dude.
yeah, man. It's my therapy. We talk about having needing a therapist, or talking out your problems, and
Well,
that
that's
just
all you do with a therapist is just tell them about your problems.
and have someone listen to you non-judgmentally, and like maybe give
Yeah.
you advice on what are the next steps you need to take. But once you actually have a hearful or a listening ear, once you have a listening ear uh, with somebody else, and I feel like that's what we have together, then we can just that's the area of growth. That's the.
I would say it's that and the fact that not just a listening ear, but the compassion. We have compassion just for, not necessarily just each other, but just for like
Mm-hmm.
people to grow and
Mm-hmm.
do well in life, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it sounds silly, but cultivate that safe space so others can grow, right? If you're always,
Yeah.
bad mouthing, or not wanting to grow, or if you do make a mistake, belittling that person, growth will never happen. You're just gonna be stagnant. You're gonna be never evolving. You're just gonna be a
Yeah,
fucking
it's not
little
even
boy who's in a
necessarily
grown
a
man
safe
body.
space, right? It's just a place. It's a it's an opportunity to just express,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And just be listened to for a minute, and that's really
Mm-hmm.
all people need a lot, dude.
Mm-hmm. It's just social justice warriors have
Have corrupted
corrupted
that fucking
for.
safe space.
Mm-hmm. But it is exactly that. It's
Yeah,
it's a list. Yeah, it's a listening ear. And what did you just say when you with that? You said it's just someone who's empathetic and
yeah, we just have the
listening,
compassion for people,
compassion.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, not really even empathy. I'm not trying to feel sorry for anybody or anything, because everybody's in the predicament that they're in.
based on their own
I
doing.
would say most of the time based on their own doing.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere or another, they did something, and we're all responsible for our life, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a big first step to take. Just own that you are responsible for the things that happen,
Mm-hmm.
and then we can move on.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Then we can start. Then you can start to grow. But I
Mm-hmm.
don't feel like you can do that until,
You have acceptance of your own doing.
yeah. It
Yeah,
was an
man.
awkward place to take a drink.
No,
Thought it was gonna be a little faster than that, but I didn't choke it down quick enough.
no, it's all good. We're here.
Yeah, I was telling a guy at work too the other day, and I like to be like this, man. I don't ever try to feel superior over the guys that work under me, right? Or work for me in my department or whatever it is, because being an overbearing like supervisor or a boss or manager or whatever it is, it's just no place for that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There's really
Mm-hmm.
not any place for that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to try to mentor my guys, not only just at work, but just for life in general, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
especially when they're younger, like they just don't have this. And I was telling a guy just he was kind of down the other day, and I was like getting questions. He was like, "What's wrong with him?" I was like, "Okay, well everybody can tell that he's kind of moping around because he doesn't like what he has to do today. He's
Mm-hmm.
not on it. He doesn't want to do it." And it
Mm-hmm.
happened to be the day that we have a sit down anyway. So I told him that. I was like, dude, the way you carry yourself, right? I was like, take this as somebody giving you just some life advice. The way you carry yourself changes the way people perceive you. When you're moping around and your feet are dragging the floor,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to get people that are just going to stay away from you. You're going to get people that disrespect you. And you're making yourself an easy fucking target.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Easy fucking target.
Mm-hmm.
Because normally you'll carry that kind of outside of work with you too when you leave, right? If you don't turn it around there,
Mm-hmm.
that negativity kind of lingers on you, and you might be moping around at the gas station. Well, you mope around at the gas station, you might be finding out.
Mm-hmm. Real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because they did a study. I saw a study done on. They interviewed they interview people that are known for muggings and shit like that, and they all profile people based on the way they carry themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They don't hardly ever ever target people that are dressed to a T in a nice suit and carry themselves with confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Because typically that's somebody that's going to defend what it is that they have.
Yep. Yep.
But the dude might be huge, but he's moping around the gas station all fucking slow and sad. Doesn't matter how big he is. That's their target.
Yeah.
Just based on the body language.
Yep. Man, just like being like that street smarts, right? And you're just walking down the street, right? You never want to show that weakness. So you're just, you don't, and this is where a lot of people kind of get confused. It's like they kind of like puff up almost, too much, and they try to act a role, right?
And that's not it, because you're targeted too then.
Yep, exactly, because they see the weakness in your falsity, in your fucking facade, right?
Right.
And so you're just like confident, shoulders back, but not like, but just a calm, confident posture. People are gonna recognize it, and they do not fuck with you.
They don't fuck with you.
They don't fuck with you.
They don't fuck with
They really don't. And so it's like, dog, like just hold yourself to a higher standard so you can feel that, and then that way you can
it has
live
a lot to do with the way people dress too. When you're dressed in like looser fitting, like baggy pants, sweatpants,
maybe a hoodie,
like not even necessarily like a hoodie, but just like baggier clothes, big t-shirts and shit, they pick you too. It doesn't matter if you carry yourself confidently or not, because typically people that do that don't care as much for themselves, right?
Okay.
It has to do with, the way you're wearing, the way you're carrying yourself, the way you're presenting yourself, like appearance-wise. Scraggly hair guy, bum-ass shirt and stuff, they're probably going to pick you because you're easy. They're going to get a little bit, right? It's not going to be as much as if they robbed a dude with a suit on, but you're an easy target. They can rob you 10 times before they get over on that one guy once.
Yeah. And how you interface with the world, right?
Oh yeah.
And you're just how like you said, like your feet dragging, moping around, right? Never do that.
Dude.
So that's a surefire. That's an easy target. Yeah, easy pickings. Yep. And so like this is a thing sometimes in universities, that criminals will go to universities and pick out either people with their headphones, or you just lackadaisical with the phone and just not really no situational awareness.
Yeah.
Boom, easy target. Get them.
Easy. Somebody with their headphones on is the easiest fucking target. They don't even know you're coming. They have no idea. Let me tell you a story. I saw this guy the other day. Absolutely, bro, fucking boiled my blood. And I'm gonna sound like a fucking boomer or whatever the fucking youngsters call it or whatever, dude. But like, we're in odd times, okay? We're in very strange times where we have this technology that we interface with on a deep level, a very interactive, very personal level, right? You carry it with you all the time, even. With that said, that's a digital world, right? That we have a digital world now that we are all a part of, whether we like it or not. But the part that people, I don't think, really understand is we still live in a physical world. This is still a physical world.
Yep.
You physically interact with a digital device for the digital world, okay?
Yep.
So this shit made me so I don't know why it made me so mad, bro, but I almost fucking pulled up and said something to this dude. Just to teach him a lesson kind of deal, right? I drive by, he's walking his dog, the motherfucker has his headphones on, and he's not even looking, bro. He has sunglasses on, and all he's doing is looking at his phone. Walking his dog. This is it, right here.
Wow.
Going somewhere. The whole time I drove past this guy, as long as I could see him, bro, never took his eyes off his phone.
Wow.
Not to cross the street, not to do shit. Never took him off. Finished what I'm doing, I'm on the way back, and I had said something to my wife about him. I was like, God, this shit drives me nuts. On the way back from where I would come from, see him going the other way. Same shit. Still on his phone. Still headphones on.
Holy fuck.
I'm like, dude. I was like, I just want to pull up and be like, yo, bro, like, be in the physical world for a few minutes.
Mm.
Be aware of your surroundings. You're outside. It's a beautiful day. It's like 70 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the fucking sky
Yeah.
for like a couple seconds, you know?
Yeah.
Look at the grass.
Yeah. Golly, This is what we talk about.
It's wild.
No,
Man.
it's exactly that, man. And you still have real life, right?
Yeah.
And even with the weed, I would say, and people can't get lost in the sauce with that too. It's like, we all like to get high or whatever.
I feel like the weed pulls you out of the digital.
It definitely does. It definitely does, right? And I definitely agree with that. But there are people who use it as just solely as an escape, and that way are just as cut off with the physical world as they are in the digital or like the psychedelic realm, if you will, right? They're just kind of like living in the psychedelic realm and not really living in reality. This is where that quote unquote like this lazy stoner comes in play, that stereotype, and just that whole realm, right? That genre of people, I guess. I don't know the right word to say there, but like people who are just like either on their phone, drugs or alcohol.
They're asleep. It's just
Asleep.
It's just another way of being
asleep.
Yeah.
Just another way of being
asleep.
asleep.
What's the other? What? There's a term for it. I can't.
Unconscious. It's not that word though, but
you know what I'm looking for. It's not
it's
in my
on the tip of my.
vocabulary.
It's at a tip.
It's like right there. Yeah. It's not inebriated. That's just alcohol. Incoherent. Maybe?
Incoherent. Yeah.
Just disconnected, detached, whatever word you're looking for. There, yeah.
Disconnected. Disattached.
Disassociated.
Disassociated.
Some way to just step out from real life, like reality.
And like weed makes a lot of people disassociate from themselves,
which is weird.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had that.
I have had that with those Delta 8 gummies I had.
And that's the shit that's legal.
Shit fucking sent me to the shadow realm, bro. I didn't know what was happening. I thought I was gonna die.
It's man-made type shit. That's why. It's crazy to think about. It's crazy that they make it something so pure and corrupt it in their own man-made way to gain a buck and fuck up your brain. Honestly, truly.
Yeah, like
there's no education.
We're doing
on
the
it.
same shit to weed that we did with tobacco.
Yeah.
And the same shit we did with like food.
Yeah.
Basically food. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, how nice would that be? A family compound, everybody has that many acres, you can have a whole fucking garden and everything out there, bro. Some acreage. I'm definitely gonna have some chickens.
Hell yeah. Chickens are nice.
Dude, because they lay a lot of eggs.
Yeah, a lot of people have chickens.
And you can get fresh ass food from your chickens that are natural, that are fed proper food. Bro, I have a chicken breast in there from a pack of chicken from the fucking grocery store. There's no way, bro, in my life I've ever seen a chicken that fucking big.
GMO.
I don't know where that shit came from, bro.
Yep.
It's as big as this fucking thing right here.
Oh my god.
It's like this long. It's fucking this thick.
Oh my god.
Like this chicken had to be walking around the fucking yard swole.
Genetically modified organisms. That's crazy. And that's what they do to our food. Our food, once you see like real food, if you go to like Europe or like other places where they just sell fresh, organic, or like just non-GMO food, it's like, oh wow, an apple is actually a lot, I don't know how to do it, but like a lot smaller, or like strawberries. A lot
smaller. If you ever grow your own strawberries,
fruits, vegetables.
I've never grown strawberries anywhere close to the size as that.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, the ones you buy at the store are not real strawberries.
Bro, when you get a strawberry that's like as big as this grinder, that shit was made.
Yeah, of course.
That plant was pumped full of fucking chemicals that went into the plant and went into the fruit. And it's in the molecular, genetic structure of what you're finna eat. And you're going to break that shit down in your body and absorb it.
Yep. And we wonder why we're sick.
Wonder why I can't remember shit.
That's a big thing though. Really so.
I think it has to do
It
with
is
that, dude.
1000% that, man. It is 1000% the
I'm
food.
full blown. I just have to admit it because I have to admit it to myself. But I'm full blown conspiracy theorist now. I'm
Okay.
full blown. If somebody says it, I gotta investigate it. I gotta make my own decisions now. Like
Mhm.
I question everything. When somebody's like, "The food you eat's bad," I'm like, probably is. Let me look into that." And then you start looking into it, and you're like, "The food I eat is absolutely bad."
Yeah.
You
And they
don't know where it
promote it.
comes from.
No.
You have no idea.
No.
How do we have apples all year round for
Mm.
hundreds of millions of people
Mm. Mm.
year round? That's a seasonal thing, but they're year fucking round.
Never even think
You
about
never
that.
go to the grocery store and they're like, "We don't have apples. They're not in season right now.
You're like,
It's
what
winter."
the fuck?
No, you go to the fucking Kroger any time of year. You can pick up bananas, apples, oranges,
Always on stock.
always on stock. And maybe I'm just dumb. Maybe apples
No,
aren't seasonal, but I know
pretty sure.
sometimes they don't have strawberries because they're very seasonal and it's hard to grow them. But more so now, I see it where you can get it all year long.
Even watermelon sometimes. Not as many water.
Weird, man.
Yeah.
Well, I think you can get it all year long, right? I think they try to grow it all year long. They just don't sell it as heavy because they have it associated with a time of year
Okay.
for consumerism,
Okay.
right? They have it associated with summer.
Yeah.
So you get those big, fat, juicy watermelons in summertime.
Hey, watermelon's another one of those GMO free. I mean, they're all
Dude.
genetically modified, but watermelon's not that big.
No.
Watermelon's the size of like a little lemon thing.
Yeah,
Like a
because
little
I've seen
ball.
natural watermelons grow, and they're about the size of like
A basketball? Smaller than
a
a
little bit
basketball.
smaller than a basketball, maybe like a soccer ball,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
about like that.
Yeah.
A football, about the size of a football.
Yeah. Of a round football. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Not a fucking beach ball.
Nope.
Not as big as this table.
Yeah.
But on the GMO level, I have looked into this, and I really want to try it. And I really want to try it on something else too, if you know what I'm saying. Catch my drift. But like, it's called electroculture. And what it is when you're growing your plants, you put a copper grounding rod in the soil by your plants.
Okay.
And I'm not exactly sure how you do it. You wrap it with some wire, and I think you put a stake down like through the middle of the plant. Like if it's like say strawberries, it's going to grow up that. And it's something to do with wires, but it puts electrons in the soil,
Okay.
and your plants go fucking bananas. And so you're growing GMO size shit
Oh my god.
naturally.
Wow. Okay. Through the
But
electrons.
it's like too effective, right? So it's like one of those things that's like a lost technique because it was like I think it was invented by Tesla, like
Oh,
Nikola
wow, okay.
Tesla type shit. It's that kind of technology
Okay.
that was like
Yeah.
it's like it's too good.
Yeah.
We wouldn't make any money if we
Yeah.
did his theories type of shit.
Yeah.
It's that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking, what if you hooked it up to one of those? Are we talking? Are we talking nuggies like this? Forearm size fucking budskis? What are we talking here? Non-GMO, no pesticides type shit?
Game changer.
I would want to try that. That's what I would want to do.
Hell yeah.
That would be dope.
I know it's super early. Can I go to the restroom?
Yeah, dude.
Dude, I'm so sorry to cut it short.
No,
right
no,
now, but
no.
I've
Hit it up,
been
bro.
drinking so much water. I'll be right back.
I feel you, dude.
I'll be right back.
Absolutely, brother. I'm gonna try to keep it going. I'm not as good as you, but
Hell yeah.
yeah. Going to the bathroom, man. I took a piss this morning. Jesus. It was one of those ones, where like you had to pee so bad, and it was in my dream, and I had to pee in my dream, and it's so weird. So weird having to do that. I feel like that's how people definitely wet the bed, because I can see that. Absolutely, 100%. You're in your dream, and you have to pee so bad in your dream. Super relatable. I talked to a buddy about this the other day, too, at work. And you just have to pee so freaking bad, and you wake up, and you're like, oh my God, I almost wet the bed. You just have to run to the bathroom. It's a weird feeling. Super weird. But yeah, had that this morning, man. Shit was crazy. Then I didn't even get the relief of like having a pee because I had to pee so bad, and I guess I held it so long, it wasn't even like eventful. What was that? Hearing shit in here. Yeah. Definitely not as good as Sean as keeping this going. I'm gonna work on that rhetoric. We got some other topics we need to get into today too, huh? Wish we had a chat going so I could get some feedback from you guys. What we got today? What's on our agenda today? We definitely need to talk about the conflict going on. That's obvious. I know I've saved up some good shit on here to talk about. Yeah, the anti-gunners are at it. All kinds of crazy shit.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good, bro. I was talking, and I was saying, you know how when you have like you have to pee really bad, but you're having a dream, you have to pee in your dream,
I've done
and like
that.
whatever you're trying to do in your dream, you have to pee so bad, and like I had that shit this morning.
Damn.
It was
Okay.
bad.
Uh-oh.
I
Did you
woke
wet
up.
the
I'm
bed?
like, no.
Okay. No, what happened to me a few times when I was a kid, I would be dreaming that I would be going to the restroom and then piss the bed itself.
I was good. That's what I was talking about. I'm like, that's how that happens, man.
Yeah.
And you wake up, you're like, oh
no, it was reality.
I had the same way having to take a shit the other day too. I was like, in my dream, I like, felt like I had to shit really bad, and I woke up like, oh damn, I gotta get the fuck to the bathroom.
Damn.
That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
Dreams are something crazy, dude. The connection between that and I don't know.
I mean, if you think about it, like DMT or like even like other like psychedelics, I feel it kind of tap into
Kind of sends you to the dream realm.
The dream, the dream realm,
state or whatever it is.
Yeah, dream state, dream
That's
realm.
weird, man.
Maybe that's why people kind of get so like
lost in the sauce.
With it, honestly.
Honestly, that's why it's so enticing, is because it's like a. Humans definitely favor fiction over fact.
Ignorance over.
Yeah, ignorance is bliss. That statement, yeah.
Damn, yeah, exactly.
For real, dude.
But that's the thing. It's not to me. It's not the substance itself that's fucked or bad. It's your use of it.
Yes.
100%. It's like so obvious to me, but people are just like, no.
Well, everything that we have accessible to us is a tool of some sort. And people don't understand this, right? There's nothing wrong with tools. It's how you use them, right? A hammer can be a bad thing if you put it in the hands of a fucking dude that only wants to murder people by hand. He'll fucking bash people in the head with a hammer. Right? That's no good. The same with psychedelics, right? This is like taking a wild turn, but like the same with psychedelics. It's a tool. If you need to use it to break through that mental barrier you have and activate, the links in your brain to make yourself function better as a human, right? And maybe see the other side and see that there's more and make this other connection. It's a tool for that.
Yeah.
And we abuse that tool by being like, I always want to be in that state. And it's like, hold on, look, you're always in this state, in the physical world. This is what we are. We're a physical world. That's what we are. So when you use those psychedelics, it's to improve your physical world life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? One way or another. Make your mental or your spiritual better for your physical world.
Yeah.
Not stay in this dream state all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's the same. That's the argument that people make with guns, right? Guns are tools. Bad people buy the tools, use them badly.
Yep.
People buy knives, use them badly.
Yep.
They're just wedges. Like when you really break down what a knife is, it's a wedge. It wedges something and it makes it split in half.
It's
all that fucking gun back there does, bro, is it just sends a piece of metal far away very fast. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's break down what it really does. It just throws a piece of metal really fucking fast.
Mm-hmm.
We call it shooting.
But it can do a lot of damage. A lot of.
It can do a lot of damage. It can. It can also do a lot of good.
What good does it do?
Guns?
Yeah.
Very useful for many things, man. Very useful for hunting, well, mainly a good use for hunting, right? It's a good way to provide.
Yeah.
But it's also a good way to deter people from wanting your thing. It's a defense, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we didn't have to use it for defense, yeah, its main purpose would be for hunting.
Yeah. Which would we get food from? That's how we would
that's
get
how we
food.
provide food.
And then they would use that tools, and you could overuse that tool. You could go out and just slaughter the animal kingdom if you're really down.
You can overuse anything.
Exactly that.
It's all about balance.
Yep.
And our world doesn't have very good balance.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in America. Americans don't know how to balance anything.
Yep.
These motherfuckers don't even know how to balance a checkbook. Fuck, the president doesn't even know how to do that, bro.
Not even the president, dog. It's all fucking wild, dude.
Let's send Sleepy Joe back to fucking,
the dream world.
Grade,
oh, they don't find that.
School.
Grade school.
Let's send him back to grade school and be like, look, this is how you balance your checkbook. He'll be like, God damn, this is why the economy sucks. Like, yeah.
No shit. Dog, man, in first grade, we had to do this. Basically, it's like 8. So get this, right? This is what they do in first grade now. 8 plus 5 is 13, right?
Uh-huh.
Now we had to do it to where you have to make 10. So 8 plus 2 equals 10, right? So you would take that 2, give it to the 8. That makes 10.
Right.
And then give that extra 3 to the 5. So it's 10 plus 5. And so, exactly.
What?
Exactly that. You see that?
I don't understand that.
So, like, you had to make 10, right? We're making 10s by the add-in of 8, which basically means 8 plus one other number
equals 10.
Equals 10, or, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like 8 plus 3, right?
Okay.
Equals 11.
Right.
You have to make that 8 into a 10. When you make that 8 into a 10, boom, you take 2. We always take 2 from that first number, give it to the 8. How much is left of that second?
1.
Exactly. So you go 10 plus 1 equals 11. And then you just keep going with other different numbers. But it's like, yeah, you have to take exactly that. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like how we teach, and it got me thinking, like, man, like, I understand, like, school is there to like help you. They teach you how to think, right? So it's not necessarily.
They're only teaching you how to think one way.
You can, right? It can, right? And even teachers are not really understanding this, right? Because at school we didn't do this, right? At school we use fingers, dog.
Boy,
we learn with fingers, dog.
Sometimes, bro, I'm a fucking.
I fucking learn with fingers.
This is gonna be sad to admit.
No, it's
in
not.
In kindergarten, we had up above the chalkboard. I remember this vividly because this is how I go back adding numbers. They had a motherfucking thing up there.
Number line.
A number line, and all the numbers had touch points.
Yeah, we still do.
Right? So 1 had 1 touch point right in the center. 2 had 1 on each end. 3 had on each of its little...
Oh, got you.
And so, subconsciously, dude, because that's one of the earliest things I ever learned. When I have to add shit, I'm like, okay, the 4 has 4.
Oh, you see it in the number.
I'll go like this, like I'm touching the points on a number to add them together sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I'm in kindergarten.
Good. No, it's good. That's how you learn. It's nothing wrong with how you learn. And that's what...
It's so ingrained and it's crazy.
It doesn't matter. Like, even like... So I'll just tell you, I have like this one kid who has autism, right? In the class, right? And this person doesn't... this person gets it all right, all the answers right, does it their own way. Says like some, like, in my mind, it's just like...
no sense to you.
Exactly, right? And then it's like, it makes perfect sense to them. And they show that it makes sense because they get it all right. So it's like but that's the whole point. Like, school is there to help you learn and teach you how. School is there to teach you ways of how to think, right? But it's not. we too much of the times we try to like fit a square peg into a round
Yeah, I don't like the fact that they
space.
teach you. They try to force you to learn
Force.
a method of how to do a thing.
Mm-hmm.
With that said, like I get like right in like algebra, there's like formulas, right? You need to follow the formula to get the correct answer. That's like 1 + 1 = 2 type of
Mm-hmm.
math, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
that's what it
Arithmetic.
is.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is like I this was a problem for me, and honestly, I think it probably fucked up the fact that I didn't go far in school because I
Yeah.
didn't like it.
Yep.
Is that um, you had to show your work.
Yep.
I never showed it.
Yep.
I just I
Yep.
could do it in my head.
Yep.
I wanted to do it in my head,
Yep.
and I'd put the right answer down.
Mm-hmm.
I never got the answer wrong, but I would always make like 60s and 70s because they would like, you got to show your work, and I'm like, but I don't have to. I have the right answer. What the fuck does it matter how I got there?
Yeah.
Be like, oh well, we need to make sure you're using the correct formula to get to. Bitch, it don't matter. I got the answer.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Come on.
Teach
now.
them. And that's what so many teachers get lost in.
And
that.
they just want to
No.
pound like,
Yep.
this is the rhetoric, this is the form, this is the do this.
Think like this. Program the
Yeah,
future.
program this.
Just program it into them. No. And in my school, in our class, and in our grade, like we don't do that type shit, man. We really don't, man.
So
we
bad, man.
It's terrible. We've at least what the schools I've worked with, right? And I mean, like, well, I kind of worked with a few, right? But like, we've never, at least not in my class, that's for sure. Like, we don't force that upon anyone. Like, how
Yes, I
you
feel
get
like
it is
that-
how you get it. Because I had the same type thing, man.
That just crushes creativity.
Mm-hmm. Crushes the innovation, crushes innovative, you know? And then it makes you want to, like, oh, I don't do it like this, and I have to do it like this. They see other people who are going to do that, right? For whatever reason, they're going to get that, right? The way you teach that. And they see that, and it's like, fuck, I can't do that. I don't want to do that. And that's where that disobedience comes. Like, hell no, dog. I'm not
Like-
going to do that type of shit you
Like,
want me
I
to
want
do,
to
dog.
do it my way.
Yeah.
What's wrong with how I want to do it?
And they know deep down in their heart that it's right to them. So that's why they get so angry. And when you see, like, kids get so angry like that, a lot of the times it's from, like, misplaced guidance in a way, or
Yeah.
like misplaced, like no one's really there to see them and how they think, and like really like try to listen and understand where they're coming from. They want to just place them in a certain category, and it's like, nah, dog, that
Yeah.
person is actually, they know what they're doing. They're not dumb. They might look dumb, or they might look like they don't know what they're doing, but deep down they know what they're doing. And that's the reason why they're acting disobedient or like just throwing shit around.
Yeah. That was
They're leaders.
one of the hardest things. And I think another thing, right, is that like, I think it has to do with parents too, like supporting their kids
Yeah.
also in that, because my parents were like, well, they need you to show the work, so you got to do it. And I'm like, y'all should fight the system,
Yeah.
not me.
Yeah.
You should go talk to my teacher and be like, look, don't be fucking off his
Mm-hmm.
failing him for this because he doesn't do it your way.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's correct.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be more on board with kids doing what they need to do.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Not so fucking programmed, dude.
Yeah. Program. I can't stand that programness. I don't run that
So
shit at all
fucking
like that.
Nasty.
And they see, like, I basically got a new kid who didn't do too well in another class, who's the old school type thing, right?
Like drive it home, nail the fucking boards to the wall shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's her last year teaching, right? And
Thank
so
God.
I love her, so I can't talk bad. But she's doing it her way, right?
Yeah.
And she has an old school mentality, right? Boom, this person comes in my class, perfectly fine, perfectly okay. And then they got, yeah, exactly, succeeding. And then there's another coach or someone else coming in. They sit next to this person with this hard arithmetic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't quite get it he just doesn't quite get it like that, right? It's hard stuff, man. This is hard stuff, especially for first grade. And then they're like, oh, what's wrong with him? Should he, have extra? I don't know. I know how to say it. It's called tier 3, but it's like basically like a low. You got high, medium, low. Tier 1 high, tier 2 medium, tier 3 low. He's like, are they tier 3? Are they quite low? Are they low? Are they like, what's going on here? It's like, nah, dog, like, it's hard, and you're over there all day. You have to imagine this, and this is where I really got to see it, right? All day, this person's on task, doing their work, trying their best, right? It might not look perfectly. This person needs a little bit extra support. Fine, that's why I'm there, right?
Right.
And then someone else is coming along, right? Out of all the days, right? And then this person comes in. They were doing this math
They
concept.
see this much of it.
Mm-hmm. And they come in and say, "What's wrong with him? Why is he so sad?" Or they say like, "Oh, he's sad because he doesn't really quite get it." It's like, "Oh, what's going on here? Should we give him?" And like, nah, dog. And like, I could see why. And he came up to me. It was like, "Mr. Alvarez, like he came up to me. Get this. He came up to me and was like, "Mr. Alvarez, I'm sorry. Like, I don't really quite get it. This is like really big of him to do this. He's like, I don't really quite get this math, and I'm sorry. Like, I feel sad." He came up to me and was like, "I feel sad. I don't really quite get this." It's like, dog, like, straight. I just took him. I was like, just talking to him like this is what I like. But this is what I get like my inspiration from. I'm like, dog, like, Mr. Alvarez, when I was growing up, I used my fingers. There's nothing wrong with using your fingers. We do it this way, but if you want to do it your way, whether it's pictures, fingers, whatever helps you, do that. Don't worry about this right now. Just try your best on whatever realm this could be, and you're going to get it. Just try your best. And I was saying it just basically like that. And he was like, "Oh, okay, okay." And I just said, like, "You are smart. Say it." He was like, "I'm smart." And I said, "Say it again. I'm smart." And this is like a kid, right? He's like a little boy, and he's just like, he has that fighter instinct. I was like, yeah, I saw it in his eyes. I saw it in his eyes. And I was like, I wanted to say, "You're a fighter." But I was like, okay, in my mind, I was like, I still got to be a teacher. So I was like doing this. I was like, what else can I say? "You're a warrior. Say it. You're a warrior." And he goes up, and he's like, "Show me." He's like, "You doing this?" And he's like, "I'm a warrior." And I was like, yeah. And that's where I get my inspiration from. It's like, nah,
Did he do good after that? Did he get it?
yeah, man.
He
Yeah, he gets it.
Hell yeah.
This dude get it. And then the other people are like trying to like put him down or like, trying to say this or that about him and try to fit him in this mold. It's like, nah, dog. This dude knows what he's doing. You just have to actually sit back and listen to him. And then when you actually listen to him, he's that one person coming to me and saying, "Hey, I don't get it." Yeah. No other person's doing that. No other person has the bravery to come up to me and say, that's really brave for a first grader. And that's why he's a leader, right? This person's a leader, and so this is why he doesn't care when he's flipping off the desk or anything because he doesn't care what other people think.
That's the correct kind of safe space, right? Mm-hmm. That's the correct way of having it where people are not we do a bad thing here, dude, and they start it young in grade school. They make you feel dumb for asking questions.
Yep.
They make you feel stupid. People make you feel stupid. You ask questions because you don't fully understand something, and you get made fun of. Yeah. I've had that happen. That's why I quit asking questions in grade school. It basically groomed me to it, right?
Yeah.
You ask a question, the teacher says something smart, and the whole class laughs at you, and you're like, I just got made fun of by the fucking teacher. The teacher's laughing at me for not understanding this fully. Like maybe the last teacher in the last grade, since we're pushed through this on a rapid fucking system, maybe my first grade teacher didn't fucking teach me what 2 times 2 is, and I don't fucking know in second grade because they did a shit job.
And yeah, and
then they just judge you. Like, you don't know what 2 times 2.
Yep.
That's good. And and then they say something. And the fucking class laughs at you, and then you feel like a fucking dumbass.
Yeah.
As a kid in the class.
Yeah. That's where I get my passion from, and like that's where I really get my motivation and like inspiration from. Is just like really reaching them on that type of level, because I tell them like straight up, like no other teacher's gonna teach you the type of stuff I'm gonna teach you, and you can believe it or not. But then I show it, and then like they were like, well, maybe he's onto something. After a while they're like, maybe he's onto something here. Because I remember from my kindergarten class, or they have a limited perspective, but I tell them like and eventually they're gonna realize. Eventually, whether they get it or not, they're gonna realize, oh shit, like what we learned in first grade with Mr. Hours, maybe, or I can take that for going forward. And like I remember when I was a kid, like I used to hate doing Cornell notes and showing my work and doing all that. And they try to push me down to do those Cornell notes. I'm like, no, dog, I can listen and I can learn it. I know this about myself. If I just sit down and like really give it my full attention, I grasp it. I see it in my head, and I can it makes sense to me, and I can make sense of it.
Right.
And they try to like make me write. No, Sean, you have to write it. You have to write it. And so I would be like, okay, well, I have to write it. I would be writing. I'd be like losing the information from listening, writing, and just too much going on.
God, I used to get in so much fucking trouble too for not taking notes in class. So you got to take notes, and I'm like,
Nah, dog.
well, no, I don't have to.
And you know what's the crazy thing, Reed? When I finally got into my professional classes in college, never took a damn note in my life. I did not take one note in college. I did note cards for one class, and I did good on that one test, right? So you can do note cards to help study. But as far as like listening to a lecture, I never did one fucking note. Not one.
So for me, right, because I know I don't have that great of a memory. And really what's sad is like you're tested on just like our school system, I feel like is tested solely on memory. Right? Like when you go to take a test, you don't get real world access to anything. In the real world, I feel like it's much more applicable to be like, find the answer. Whatever you have to do, find the answer. If that means pulling out your binder with all your notes because you took notes diligently, use them. What? You think at my job they're like, oh, you can't use your notes. You need to get to write it. They don't give a fuck. They're like, whatever it takes for you to make this outcome, do it.
Damn. Yep.
That's
More
real
open-ended.
world shit. That's how it always is.
Yep. Yep.
You don't ever see a law case, right, with lawyers. They don't have their fucking paperwork in front of them in the courtroom. They have all of their information there. They're not run off of memory.
Yeah.
What a joke.
What a joke.
And we're making 5 and 6 year olds do that? Come on, bro.
Yep.
Let's be real.
Yep.
It's a flashcard fucking memory test.
Yep.
For 12 years.
Yep.
It's not a can you find the answer?
Damn.
Can you achieve the outcome?
That would create little problem solvers. You put a problem in front of them, they're going to figure out the solution.
What do we have the most of in America? Problems. People are more problems than they are solutions. Because we create that. You have to run off memory. If you can't run off memory and you can't take notes and memorize your notes that you took, right? They're like, you need to take notes. And it's like, why? I can't even fucking use them.
Yeah.
If I can take all the notes and write down all the information and then use that,
Yeah.
now we have a fucking argument for why I'm taking notes. But you're like, hey, write this down and take notes and then don't use it. And it's like, well, fuck am I doing that for? Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, well, you need to know this. And it's like, I would probably know it better if I took notes, used my notes, got my test back, compared my notes to my test, and went, shit, I still fucking missed half of this stuff. Then they can sit you down and go, hey, look, you need to take better notes. You're missing the key information in these lectures. And you go, oh, okay. Well, let me take better notes.
And help guide
Then you
through
take
those
better notes, and then you see the improvement, and you're like, okay, well, I memorized that 1776 is the year that America gained its independence.
Damn.
Shit like that, but it's such a joke. It's always been a joke to me that we're just tested based on memory and not the application to solve the problem.
Yeah, it should be more open-ended, right?
Everything, because in life is open-ended, right? As soon as you graduate school, there's no like determination for you. It's like, hey, good luck.
Yep.
And you're like, fuck, I gotta get a job. I gotta learn this and do that, or go to college, like you said. And they're like, it's free ball in there. You don't have to take notes, but you might not fucking pass.
Yeah.
Can you use notes on a test in college?
No.
No?
Most likely no. I mean, sure, like sometimes the professor will say, hey, this is an open-ended, this is an open note test. So you can. They usually give it like a little heads up on that.
I mean, I get some.
They're
of
more
it,
open.
Right? Like, some of it needs to be a way for you to like build your memory and
Yeah.
utilize that.
Yeah.
More so for like being maybe like a doctor, right? Like a surgeon or something. You need to know like what you're fucking kind of doing based
that's
on
its own
memory
specialty.
and knowing that. But like,
That's why I have the law school. That's why they
have that
residency.
school. They go that way. They learn that stuff, and they more so learn it based on repetition
Mm-hmm.
than memory tests.
Oh yeah. No one's gonna learn off memory alone.
No,
Doesn't happen. Doesn't work that way.
it's very rare.
Yeah, unless you're like a fucking
Yeah.
literal genius, one out of a
For-
billion.
Because for me now, in my day, when somebody asks me a question, if I don't know the answer to it based on memory, or if I have it written down, I'm like, hold on, let me grab my note. Let me review my notes, and I can give you that answer real fast.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's gonna not wait on that. And be like, you got to memorize it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not how the world works. It's just not.
Yeah.
They just want the correct answer. They want the information.
Yeah.
Whether you have it written down or memorized,
Yeah.
they don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Yeah, that's 1000% the truth, man. And I see that brokenness, so I don't try to like. I just do my little part to plant the seeds as many little kids or as many kids as possible. The ripple.
You're just creating the ripple.
Just
right?
creating the ripple.
Because you're creating kids that are going to go forward and they're going to ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to be afraid to ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
And when they ask questions and somebody's like, why are you asking questions? They're going to go, well, I don't know the answer.
Mm-hmm. I remember in this class, in Mr. Alvarez's class, he kind of shunned everyone who tried to shame others. So they would be like, who is this guy? Why
are you shaming us?
Uh-huh. That will like plant that seed like, no, fuck.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't like go like complete the opposite way and just say fuck you type shit, but in a way they kind of need to in their own respectful,
well, the more times that they
adaptable way.
The more times that they ask questions and they don't get the answers, right? The more suspicion is going to arise to the individual that's not providing the answers. So like the next grade teacher, right? That's like making fun of him for asking questions and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that kid's going to tell his parents, right? His parents are going to go, what do you mean they're not giving you the answer? Well, I ask and they don't tell me. They make fun of me for asking questions because they think I'm stupid. Then that parent's going to go to the fucking school system and be like, hey, what the fuck? And the more parents that do that holds the teachers accountable and responsible for their actions and their teachings.
Yep. Man, I'll tell you what, man. I had a parent conference this past week. It was this past week. Maybe it was last week or 2 weeks ago. I don't remember. It was maybe 2 weeks ago. So it was like the time of the last podcast. But he came up to me. It was a podcast. It was a parent conference, and he was basically long story short, he was basically telling me like, you know, he really like appreciates the work that I've been doing because previous teachers in her past weren't so kind to her daughter, and I could see, and they could tell an older daughter, right? And they could tell that this kid is learning very well and like just having that space to learn, and just be, I guess, I mean, I don't really do it for appreciation or anything, but like when other people recognize, oh shit, like I am actually making a difference, and they actually do go up to their parents and like actually like teach like mindful breathing. I teach breathing, right? And there's been a couple parents that, you know, have come up to me and be like, oh, like they told me about your mindful breathing, where you just take deep breaths, just take a couple of deep breaths. And I was like, I was telling the class, like, dog, like you learn this now, but you can go home and teach your parents. Adults need this too. So don't think you're just being a kid and just going through the motions. Like, no, you can be a leader. You can teach others. So like, breathe. Like literally, it's not for me. And then it's like, don't do it for me. I don't care if you. I don't care. I mean, in the class, I mean, you can act a fool. Okay, I know how to deal with it. So you want to act a fool, act a fool. But at the end of the day, you're gonna have to live your life, dog. So I'm just gonna do me, and we're gonna like cultivate that learning community, and they're gonna actually get it, right? And the people who are getting it, they're gonna go out to others and, you know, parents and other kids, and like. It's crazy to really, if you want to like really take it a step back and like see your ripple, and like you actually seeing that shit is actually like very humbling.
I mean, you're literally talking about your ripple, dude. We just talked the whole process through. You're creating this literal group of kids that can change the system, right? Their ripple gains enough momentum, right? They teach other kids their methods that work. Teachers don't abide by their methods because it works for the kids. It doesn't work for the teachers. Well, then the parents of the kids change the teachers. Remove them or get on board.
Yep.
Like, get on board or get out of the way.
Yep.
Basically, right?
Yep.
And so that's how that ripple grow. And then you have all the teachers that are actually teaching kids.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have this whole bloom of generation of like legitimate individuals
Mm-hmm.
that are competent.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, competency.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's how you create that, dude.
Mm-hmm. Literally.
And I mean, that can be, it only takes, like I said, like it just takes that small drop, right? Like it can ripple out so far. It doesn't just change your system, because kids can be interlinked with other kids at different school systems, right?
Parents start to talk.
Parents start to talk, different games, different events, people at church, their kids doing better here because they do these exercises. They talk, and then they go into theirs and they go, why the fuck is my kid doing so bad? Well, let's go actually look at the system. Let's go look at the school he's going to. Let's go listen into a class and see, right, what happens when he asks a question. Oh, he's getting made fun of. Oh, shit. No, that can't be. We got to get this individual. And then they put somebody in, and then the kid is successful. Right? And that's all it takes, bro. It just takes the drops to fall, right? And you're just dropping the water, making that ripple.
Yep.
Bigger and bigger until there's waves, bro.
Yep. You get it. Literally that. Damn, episode 57. 75.
A little dyslexia.
That's what. See, we don't fit in a box, but you still get the point, and you still learn it, and you see the bigger picture, right? At the end of the day, we try to like fit everyone in this little round box, right? Like, no, dog.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't want to be in that round box. Maybe those kids who are like really, like disobedient or like fighting or like the disruption to the others. Maybe they don't want to fit in that little box. Maybe their true self-worth and their true growth is something much bigger.
It's so crazy that for 12 years of education, we teach kids to think inside the box. And as soon as they're done with that and they move on, they're told to think outside the box. Because in the box fucking solutions are why we stay stagnant where we are. Like out of the box ideas, right? Create all kinds of solutions. And we try to like suppress and repress that for 12 years. Which is why a lot of times homeschooling or just like private schooling, right? Where you can kind of select the individuals that are teaching your kids, right?
Yeah.
It's way better.
Yeah. The methodology behind it all.
Yeah. I think to do homeschooling, right, it only takes like a couple hours a day to teach the curriculum that like a classroom does.
Yeah.
Only a couple hours.
Yeah. You need to be, it's fully involved in those couple hours, right?
It's fully involved, but
yes.
like it's only like a couple hours a day to really get the like on the curriculum, right?
Yeah.
Which I think is silly that we have to teach our kids a curriculum, but
just another word to say what we teach them, honestly. Yeah. Don't think too much about that. But I understand your thought process. It should be more open-ended application.
It really should be, because, again, at the end of the day, like, going into professions, it's all open-ended.
Yep. No one and really the crazy thing is, even like in my profession, like the teaching profession, right? No one teaches you on how to really deal with this. It's
open-ended as fuck.
Yep. And like and really the narrative that gets pushed will often lead you towards the wrong way and lead you astray from the actual true real solution. What they teach you will actually lead you astray from that. So you have to break some certain rules or ideas to think outside the box to get out of the box solutions.
Yeah. So really, the education that you have to push on your kids is only like a couple hours a day of real teaching that you're with them, right?
I'm with them all day.
You're with them all day, but
when it's like steadfast, like real deal spiel, teaching, like learning, a few hours, if you're lucky. Right, where it's like hands on like this, and you do like a few hours here, right?
So
then they'll go off on their own.
You could advance your class so much further if you really
if other people got out the way.
Yeah, you could just keep pushing like further and deeper education on them.
Yeah.
And show them so much more than what
Yep.
the little piece that they're supposed to get.
Yep.
Like, you only need to know this much to move to there.
Yep. Dude, exactly. And I had it this week, man. I was reading this book of social emotional learning, right? Saying, and I made a few kids cry this week just on like the realness of the talk. Honestly, as I was just telling them like, Mr. Hours used to cheat in school and teaching them like, yo, dog, like I just lead and I model that open honesty, and like that makes them feel like, okay, maybe I'm not so different from him, and they don't know it all. I remember when I don't know it all, I still don't know it all, right? As adults, we try to pretend that we do, and we try to force and we try to project that onto kids, like, oh yeah, the teacher knows everything. No, I don't, right? So always keep that in mind and always push that forward, right? To let them know, like, hey, I don't have it all figured out, right? But here's some things that really did help me. Like, don't cheat. The reason why you don't cheat is you're only cheating yourself. When I was in college, I fucking flunked out of remedial math, wasting my own damn time because I cheated all through school. I would cheat and just be looking on other people's papers, and then I had to do so much work on the back end. It's not worth it. I'll tell you that right now. It's not worth cheating and just passing through. You just
Right.
have to do the work right now because your future self will really thank you. And like even like that was like one little small example, right? But this like it's basically saying like when you're alone, you're not alone, basically, and just take deep breaths and
Yeah.
like I am. It's like words of affirmation, and like the book kind of just goes on and like just talks about like real deal stuff, and like we all feel mad, sad, depressed, anxious. Those are the words they even used, right? And but you're not alone, and like you are brave. Like that book, it was actually really deep. I was like, dude, this book is like a kid's book, but this is like a real.
What book is it? What's the name of the book?
It's called I Am, and it's
Okay.
like I got it from San Francisco, the Art Institute over there,
Mm.
and I can
Okay. Dope.
I can I
That's pretty
can
cool.
I can after and then I think I can give it to I think it would be good to give to Rayleigh after, but just
No, I just wanted to know what it was. I was just curious for here, just in case anybody else views and wants to know what that.
yeah, it's I Am Social Emotional like Learning. It has like very like colorful title
Hmm.
page and all this. Um, but yeah, but like there's like that's why kids books are actually like they're really deep. A lot of them are actually have real lessons that can really apply to
I feel
everyday
like
life. It gets overlooked.
I feel like a lot of what we say on here, right, can be taken as we're trying to create soft ass people.
Hell no. What we're teaching is actually how to make hard people, how to make determined and go getter type people. Someone who's actually going to question the system.
Right. Question the system and create solutions.
Ding ding ding. That's the extra point that
Ding
really
ding
needs to be
ding.
there.
Too many
Create
people create
solutions.
problems, bro.
Yeah.
Like we got the problems going on.
That's why it's exactly question everything, right? We say this, and this is what gets me. That's funny that you said that.
Mm.
We say question everything. Although I do agree with this, right? We should question everything. A lot of times we just question everything, but just leave it at that.
We just
We say
question it. We
question
don't look for the
everything,
answer.
but we don't look for the answer. We don't actually actively search for the solution and work towards a solution. We just say question everything. Period. Dog, but what are
No.
you gonna do?
When I
Like,
question it, I'm asking a question, and then again open ended, right? Because life's open ended. I got to go
mmm,
find the solution, which
mmm,
kids don't know how to do. They're not taught how to go find
mmm.
that.
I need to
Like
write that down.
sending kids to the library, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like back in the day, like they would be sent to the library to go search through books. So
Mm-hmm.
you had to know, bro, to find answers. You had to know how to go to the library, how to get there, right? That's step one. You had to know how
Someone
to navigate.
get there.
You had to know how to
Yeah,
get to the
really.
motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Then once you get there, then you have to learn the library system,
Alphabetical.
how they're alphabetized and by what section, the coding on the
The
fucking books,
genre.
right? Not no, because they have like a code like a number system too,
Number
right?
code in alphabetical order as well.
So you had to know all of that
Mm-hmm.
to go find the book that has the information that you seek for the question you have to answer.
Mm-hmm.
So you had to be able to navigate to find somewhere, physically go to a location.
Mm-hmm.
Once you're at the location, you had to figure out the system that they use, find the book, and then read the book to find the information. So you had to go through steps on steps on steps.
And then that's just how to find the answer, right?
Right.
Then you have to apply that, and that's the easy part. Everything that you just described is the easy part. Then
Right.
the actual hard part comes in play, where you actually have to apply those solutions into your life, whether that be a math problem or your real deal everyday life problem.
Yeah, I mean, well, that is the problem, right? Is
Yeah,
people
exactly.
don't know how to go to the library to find the book, to find the information, to change the thing that they're asking the question about.
Mm-hmm.
Very long-winded, but
No, exactly that.
yeah, again, we say question everything, and some things, right? You have to do a lot of research and digging and investigating
Mm-hmm.
and thinking on, and then you have to form your own opinions, right? You have to sit down and say to yourself, how do I feel about that? How do I feel about the war going on between the countries? Am I picking sides, or am I worried about the interests of ourself? Well, me personally, I'm worried more about our self-interests in this, because it doesn't really have shit to do with us, other than the interests of people that are fucking greedy, right?
Yeah.
Which would be our politicians.
Yeah.
The greed of our politicians. Then you start looking at that, and you're like, why are they
Corporations.
so worried about this? Oh, well, they do this and they do that. And
Lockhart
this
Martin.
all links together with this. And then you kind of go, okay. So they want this. They wanted this.
Yep.
Which is weird, dude.
Yeah.
And there's a meme that I see now, and it's like Hamas launching missiles over and Palestine launching missiles up to intercept, or like, the interception thing. And under it says U.S. tax dollars. Somehow also my U.S. tax dollars. And it's like, we fueled both sides just to create the conflict.
Yeah.
So that then we could step in and crush and claim something because, oh, hey, we're here to help.
It's crazy, man.
It's so crazy.
You know what's really alarming to me? It's just like it's right in our face, right? You know those those car dealerships, the big American flags in the car dealerships. Have you seen those? There's one on.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're massive U.S. flag.
Gigantic.
Gigantic.
Like,
But there's one right on the way, somewhere in the metro park. I'll just say that, and it's the U.S. flag. And I'm not picking a side, right? But I just find this very alarming. I've never seen this happen before. U.S. flag, a huge one, right? Those huge ones, and the huge same size Israel flag.
what?
Literally, yeah. Literally.
Where is this?
This is
Is it off I-20?
It's not that one. It's
Okay.
the one it's off of 67.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Coming up towards Dallas. Put it to you like that.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's like
That's alarming.
exactly.
The next flag that should be going up is a red flag. We should be raising the red flag. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Like all the the Ukrainian flags that was big. Think about that, like the
Yeah.
Ukrainian flag. Oh, we support Ukraine, we support. And then that's a fad, and then slowly it kind of morphs into
like we supported France when there was some crazy shit going on in France. We're like, oh, we stand with France.
Oh
And
yeah,
then-
change your profile.
Yeah, everybody
pic.
had their profile, and then nobody gives a fuck, and nobody actually gave a fuck.
Mm-hmm. And then they just put that flag right on level with the U.S. flag.
On level.
On level, yes sir.
No.
On level, yes sir.
No, sir.
Yes sir.
No.
And this is what's really alarming to me. Why are we picking a side? 'Cause we all
We're
know
picking
why.
a side.
We all know why, right?
Yeah, of
but
course.
it's like we really are, and we're putting it upon. You just put it upon the public. We push it, and
Dog.
that's just normal.
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Huge flags.
Let me check. I'm gonna start this by telling you a story, and then telling you what I think should happen.
Okay.
We were at NASCAR one year, right? And when we were at NASCAR, we put up a scaffolding with a pole, and we put a bunch of flags on it. We hang flags, American flag, the Texas flag, and one of the racers' flags or something. Whoever their big, Well, at our camp, they had the U.S. flag up on a pole, and they had the other flags on the same level, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like an 80-year-old veteran stopped by
Mm-hmm.
and was in tears at our fucking camp because those flags were flying the same height as the U.S. flag.
Disgraceful, really.
That he fought for in a
Yeah.
war.
Yeah, really disgraceful.
Bro, we tore that shit down
Mm-hmm.
and put the U.S. flag far higher for that guy.
Isn't that so fucked
And
up?
he was
that this
so
flag...
thankful for
Yeah.
that. He was like, some people just don't understand. They don't even realize that they did it. But
yeah,
it
it's
put
ignorance.
him in tears that
Mm-hmm.
that we fixed it and we changed it for him. Because a lot of people would be like, man, fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm. It's fucking real, man. That's just disgraceful. It's
So what I think should happen
Mhm.
is that dealership, right? The veterans should be at that dealership.
Really?
We fought for here.
Really?
That flag doesn't get to fly that high.
No, sir.
And it's not about them.
It's not about them.
about disrespect to
No,
them.
sir.
It's about respect to us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right?
We're losing that self-respect.
If it was me, I would tear that motherfucker down and burn it in the parking lot.
No,
That's me.
yeah,
Fuck
yeah,
that trash, bro.
Yeah. It's on level. That's what gets me.
That's not right.
And it's huge. It's one of those huge
That's
flags.
technically not even federally legal.
Right? I should ask someone about it. I should ask, someone.
Bitch,
I
I'll
know,
pull
but-
up in that home and
Like,
be like, hey,
what
what is this?
Yeah, and
You
we just
can't
always
fly it
drive
that
past
high.
this.
You can't fly it that high.
Exactly. And
It
it's,
has to be on a lower level.
that's the law, exactly what you said, right?
It is
federal
a
law.
federal, it's a federal law.
Mm-hmm. That's why
No state other than Texas has the right to fly their flag on the same height as the U.S. flag.
That's right, because
Only Texas. It
that's
was
right.
part of our agreement to come back to the U.S.
Wow, yeah. That's yeah. And that's just
in
being
Texas,
promoted.
we're flying a fucking Palestine flag.
An Israel
What are we?
flag.
An Israel flag. What are we fucking doing, Texas?
Disgraceful, really.
What are we doing?
Disgraceful.
We have more fucking. If it's above a Texas flag, bro, I'm gonna stop.
No, there is no Texas flag.
There's not?
No, it's the U.S. flag and the Israel flag on level, huge flags. I made sure of it.
Bro, I'm about to fucking make a big deal about this.
Dog,
I'm about to pull up in that home.
We gotta go
I'm about
there
to go
and
protest this
I'll
place.
fucking show you this shit, dog.
Is it on the way to?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if it's on the way from where you're at, right? But going
it's on
up,
67. Nah, fuck this. Put them on blast. What's a dealership?
I don't know.
Is it a Ford?
And I
or-
don't know if it's a dealership. I'm just giving in reference. There's dealerships in that location, so I'm assuming
It's
that
definitely a dealership.
Yeah, exactly.
They're the only ones that do
and
it.
it's huge.
It's probably a Ford dealership.
It's fucking it's alarming. What it was put up this past week or two, and it's like
That's
on
garbage.
on level, dog. And we might be other people might be like thinking, well, why is this a big deal? It's because those.
It's because America first.
Mm-hmm. Veterans and people have died for this country, and
They have died for that flag.
and we're just burn. We're basically degrading our own damn self.
We have taken our flag down, shit on it, and hung it back up.
Yep. That would be more legal than, that's being promoted. They would rather see our flag being burned down.
I want to know, is it? I think it's illegal. I don't think
I was
it's
fine.
legal.
I found that alarming. I was I was questioning. I was like, is that? I just haven't said anything, and I should like really speak up on it. And I'm gonna speak up on it more now that, But like, it's like, is that legal? Like, I always thought like that was illegal to fly another country's flag on level. It was just the most absurd thing.
The only
Massive
place
flags.
that's not alarming is at like the embassy. They fly
okay.
and respect all the flags at the same level of the
Okay.
countries for respect.
Okay. Yeah.
Even though I still think they fly the U.S. flag higher.
Okay. Dog, it's alarming. It's quite alarming and that's just being promoted. That's just being accepted. That's just being accepted, dog. We drive past it every day, and even I, right, at a certain level, just accept it. We just okay, like we just go on our lives, da 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 da. But if you really stop and think about it, it's fucked up, dog. That is fucked up that we're.
It doesn't. So it says there's no explicit enforcement mechanisms.
They're really trying to bring America down. I mean, it's not even. They're really trying to break our spirit. Think so lowly of ourselves, so you in turn have no respect for yourself, no respect for your neighbor, And then therefore no respect to the world.
Yeah.
Really, but...
So rules contain you can fly your state's flag on the same flagpole as long as it's below the U.S. flag, or you can fly it next to it on its own flagpole at the same height or lower. Now, this is for a state's flag. You can't choose to fly the flag half-mast. Only the president or governor of the state can do that. Make sure you're flying the flag the right way up, not upside down, and you should have it attached by the star's end and not the stripe's end. It should not touch the ground. We all fucking know that.
We don't.
But if it does, that's okay. The whole burning it if it touches the ground isn't true. I don't believe in that. I've always heard if the flag touches the ground, you burn it. Because it's disrespectful. Not to
burn it?
Yeah, like if you're flying a flag and it comes loose and it touches the ground, you're supposed to burn it.
Oh, wow, okay. Maybe I would just pick it up and just act like nothing happened. Just keep it with respect after that. Because mistake that, then you burn it, and then that seems more disrespectful, honestly.
No, that's the respect thing. You never fly a flag that's been on the ground. That's what I always heard.
I get it.
They're saying that's not true.
I get it.
But
I get it, but then it's like, oh, people can abuse that, and that creates probably more problems. But yeah, I get it. But yeah, so I guess technically it would be illegal to fly another country's flag at the same height on a different flagpole. But in my mind, I don't think that makes it right. I don't.
Okay, well, maybe I'm tripping. It says all other countries' flags should be flown at the same vertical height.
Okay. But then even how we're picking sides and...
I don't think we should be flying it at all. And honestly, bro, I really don't think it should be on the same height. It
really shouldn't, but I agree.
In the first place, it just should not be fucking displayed at all. It should not be.
I agree. Even the Ukraine flag.
You want to fucking support it? That's cool, bro. That's cool. Support it. Do your own thing. I don't think you should be flying a massive fucking flag. To me, that's propaganda.
It is. 1,000% it is.
We're picking a side.
1,000% we are.
That's not...
Yeah, it's not okay.
It's not right. Okay. I think that's fucking garbage, bro.
I agree with that. I agree with that sentiment. Really, but it comes back to like really disrespecting our own.
If I was a veteran,
and
I had fucking brothers in arms that died for that flag, I would be in there right now. I would quit this podcast right now, and I'm going there to say, hey, you know what you're doing? Do you know what you're asking for by flying that? You're asking for more men and women to go die for that flag.
God damn, just got goosebumps.
That's what you're calling for. You're calling for our fucking children that are 18 and men and women to go die, not for our country, for the beliefs of that foreign country. That we don't really have any fucking associate. We just want what they have on their land. Like, let's just scrape all the bullshit aside. The U.S. just wants their land. That's what we want.
Resources.
They just want the resources there. They don't care who fucking wins.
Disgraceful.
We're not going to be on the losing side. Right? We're never going to be on the losing side. We're not stupid enough to do that. We're not going to pick the side that's going to lose that fucking battle. We're going to pick whatever side we think has the best chance, and then we're going to certify and fortify their fucking win. And we've already picked a side. That's fucking garbage.
It is, bro. That it is. I'm sorry to put the podcast in that light, but
no,
it needs to be talked about.
Honestly, the inflation in the U.S. economy is an all-time high. People are making less money and spending more money than they ever have to do basic necessities. We're deleting the middle class, right? Our tax dollars are flooding out of this country faster than we can do anything about it. Politicians won't answer questions. I see this all the time. They do interviews in the Senate. They just avoid questions. They don't answer shit. Nobody answers jack shit.
Yeah, they just talk around.
Even under oath, nobody fucking says anything.
Yeah.
And yet, we're more concerned now with picking a side in a war that we don't even need to be involved in. How about instead we start just holding the guy accountable for making these fucking decisions and going, hey, that's not what we want. You do what we want. We put you there.
Mm-hmm.
So do what we want.
Mm-hmm.
We want to not be so fucking poor.
Mm-hmm.
We want to not be taken advantage
Mm-hmm.
of. How about we spend the $400 billion that we just sent over there?
Put it back in our
Let's
community.
put it back in our community. If we got $400 billion fucking dollars to just give to them, well, we had $400 billion just to give back to us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Dude.
Yep. Yep. Imagine the change that would create.
How many people are in the U.S.?
300,000?
No, in the U.S. total.
300 million. Sorry,
300 million?
My bad. Yeah, 330
So
million.
you're talking about a tax refund of $1 million a piece would have only been $300 million. We could have, everybody in the U.S. could have had a fucking $1 million refund. Am I doing the math right or am I stupid?
Yeah, that's 300.
No, it'd be in the billions, right? $1 million each.
Oh, yeah, because that would mean
Yeah.
that would be a dollar. That would be
a dollar
per-
each.
a dollar
Yeah, a
each.
dollar each.
My
Yeah,
bad.
I'm tripping. Yeah, nah.
Me too.
But like,
I'm bad at math.
no, that would have been in the trillions. But we could have refunded.
Oh yeah, we could put it back in our community. We could have used that 400 whatever billion, excuse me, 400 million, and put it back in communities and provide centers or shelters or after school programs. Give positive reinforcement back in the community.
It would have been like $1,000. Everybody would have got an extra $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
But you're talking about people that need that money right now. We could have gave everybody an extra $1,000 tax refund instead of just giving it to fucking Ukraine. Or not Ukraine.
To Israel.
No, Ukraine. Ukraine's who we gave all the money to.
It was Ukraine.
And now we're not even worried about that. Now we're involved in another conflict. We're dumping billions of dollars in.
Mm-hmm. Disgraceful, really.
Dude.
It's really quite disgraceful.
It's a joke.
It's a joke.
It's a big fucking joke.
Yep. A sick joke.
The government's slapping us in the face, pissing in our Cheerios,
and say, "Eat it, bitch."
Serving it to us.
Yep.
And saying, "Isn't that shit good?"
Isn't that shit good? Yep. Damn, you hit that hoe. Yep, exactly that. Isn't that good? And they'll smile to you and say, "Hey, good morning."
You want a second serving? Oh, we gotta fire it up for you. Here you go.
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
Fuck me. There needs to be those veterans, because if I went up there, I mean, I'm not a veteran, so my word would only go as far, right? But if enough veterans really went up there and said exactly what you said, right? By flying that flag, you're promoting our
the war.
Children, our men and women to go die in a foreign land
for a foreign cause. Right.
It's despicable. Really.
Am I missing the point?
No.
I might be too conservative for this conversation.
No.
But like,
no. That's what it is, man. It's all war is.
Like, people fight, right? Like, we don't have the U.S. government showing up every time there's a bar fight. So why don't we just let them have their fucking fight? That's
never ending.
It's always been never ending. They hate each other. They want to fight each other. Let's just
be Switzerland.
Step out of the way a minute.
Step out of the way.
And go, hey, yeah, well, they're fucking fighting. Well, we're going to reinvest our $400 billion into the economy here, and we're going to keep thriving and doing better than we've ever been.
Switzerland, right? You just step out. Hey, let them fight, and then be that shining light.
Dude. And I
People are gonna be like, what's going on
an interview
there?
for Donald Trump the other day, and he was saying how absolutely pathetic and how weak we look.
Yeah.
We're a joke right now. The United States is a joke.
Yeah, we are. Sad.
Like, there's no respect. No country right now respects us.
No.
The U.S. dollar is being taken away. It's not going to be the world's national currency. Right? It's not going to be... We don't have the strength of display of power. We've let two war conflicts sprout, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've let 2 of them happen.
Mm-hmm.
Before, everybody was in fucking check. The
Yeah.
America's not a superpower anymore. Or at least currently it's not. It's
No.
like feeble.
No. Yeah. Fuck me, man.
I can't even imagine who fucking made that decision to fly that flight. The audacity of somebody to put that up.
Really. Ignorant, really. See, it's either ignorant or just straight evil. I'm more
what
of a
it is the liberal culture and that's spewing through the fucking internet. Like, I saw a video of the other day, and I was trying to find out some information about what was going on, and everybody's like, I support Palestine, and this and that. And I'm like, go.
The thing is, even with this is the Israeli flag, and if you really think about it,
Israeli Palestine. Yeah. I mean,
but if you really think about it, a lot of times the liberals will be supporting the Palestinians in this conflict. If like they're kind of like being like they're repressed in this sense, right? And then
so who's Hamas?
Hamas is a terrorist group within Palestine.
Okay.
So I'm not too. So I don't want to like say too much, but basically, I mean, this war has been going on forever, really. But there's been
It's a religion war, right?
Yeah,
It's
basically Hamas wants the world to be a Islamic state, and not it's a terrorist group. It's a terrorist organization. And this is where people kind of get confused. Not all Muslims, and not even close to all Muslims are Hamas. Only that's a terrorist. It'd be like saying all Christians are Nazis. Literally that.
Or
White nationalists. That's literally what it is. It's not even like a.
It's the same for like Al Qaeda, right? Everybody that supports the Quran is in Al Qaeda. No, that's not correct. That's a terrorist organization. That's like ISIS.
Yeah, exactly.
They're
and so that's where that fear comes into play. Where you hear Arabic and it's like, oh, they part of like, are they trying to plant something? Like, no, dog. Like
they're just speaking their
language. That's all it is. That's literally all it is. But people are kind of just lost in the sauce with it all, and they get pumped with this media saying, "Oh, Hamas did this or Israel did this." Da 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 da. Fear, 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 fear. They hear Arabic. Oh. Wait, are they part of that group? Yeah, Wait, what's going on? Wait.
Well, you can't know here, right? Because we don't know who's in our country because of the border crisis. Mm-hmm. I'm going to hit the restroom real fast, bro.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. Sorry. No, I could go too, honestly. I could honestly go too. That could be real, though. No, but it really is crazy to really think about and to really think like we just support foreign causes. And it's not even about us or really anyone else. It's really man, that was really quite alarming when I saw that. That's not right. It's not right to support. I mean, to support foreign interests in this respect. Not in this respect. Man. Ooh, is it okay if I go too?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. I've been drinking so much water, dog. I'm so sorry.
I'm just saying, dude. I was guzzling. I drink that tea, that Focus Aid.
I have to.
Woo!
Gotta stay hydrated.
Oh man, I don't want people to think that we're talking from a place of ignorance or hatred or any kind of malice towards the countries at war over there. It's a sad feat no matter what. I would rather there not be a war, but picking a side is just. I don't think people understand exactly what it is they're doing when they represent another country's flag that's at war, right? You're picking sides. I just we're we're at home and we're in too much of a shamble as is in our own homeland to even consider this. I just wish more people can can wake up and join us here, and we can make a difference. We have to focus on our internal growth before we can focus outwards, because we're rotting from the inside out now. Hopefully, everything's going to change soon. We can start to move forward again instead of this disgrace that we're going through now. Just gonna sit, take a moment to think. Some clips that I've seen and some things I want to talk about that I've seen, and it's a good point. I'm waiting for Sean to get back before we move into that. See if there's anything else on here that I have that's well, we got full send on that. See if I have anything else saved here that we can. Oh, he's already back. Damn, oh yeah. Man, I was just kind of mentioning, we're not coming from a place of malice or hatred or anything like that.
No, not at all.
I was just saying it's sad that we have to. We're picking sides and people don't truly understand what they're doing when they start saying this. People don't understand what they're saying,
what they're calling for.
They don't understand.
Yeah, man. And when you fly so symbols and
here's the thing: the people that are flying that flag, they're not going to have to go fight for it. They're not. And if they did, I think they would fucking think twice, right? If we started saying, hey, everybody that's going to fly their flag and support them, you're going to go first. All of a sudden, magically, nobody would say that shit. There would be no flags flown. There would be no saying. Yep. Unless they truly believed and they truly supported it. They're just following the fucking trend right now.
Yeah. Sad. I mean, it kind of goes back to... Disgusting. Despicable, really. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And if you really think about it, if I'm not calling for this, right? But if military service was required, this would not exist, man. Because exactly that. It's like you're not having to deal with the consequences of war, man. This is not something to joke about. Nothing to.
That's some. You want to talk about some softness? That's some soft ass shit right there.
Right there.
Soft as fuck.
Insulated in a glass house.
Yeah.
Toilet paper soft, man.
Disrespectful. Because the U.S. doesn't support that. You're putting that right next to the nation's flag, saying you think the U.S. should be involved and support that. With that, that's what that statement says to me.
1000%.
Gross.
It is.
And and you're picking a side, right?
Yep.
You're picking a side. That's bad too. And people hate Donald Trump, but when he was interviewed and he was asked this was on the Ukraine-Russia war. He was interviewed and he was asked, whose side would you pick? Whose side are you on to win the war? And he was like, nobody's. It's a war. People are dying. He's like, I'm on nobody's side. I just want it to stop so people quit dying. There's innocent people over there being killed. And you're asking me whose side I'm on.
Whose side do I support?
Whose side do I want to win the war? It's not a fucking game show. We're not playing a video game. We're not playing a board game. There's real lives being lost over there. And he said he's on nobody's side. And if he was still in charge, there would be no war.
Mm.
And if he gets put back in office, he'll end it in 24 hours.
Mm. Too powerful. That message is too powerful. So shut him up.
Put him away.
Put him away. It's too powerful.
It's too powerful. For somebody to truly say that.
And live through it.
Yeah. I feel the same way on this war. I don't support either side. They're both going to war. That's silly.
Yeah.
We're doing some silly shit.
Yep.
Now, if it's a terrorist organization that's sparking up and they're the ones that want to have power, we should snuff them.
Yeah.
We should put out that fire.
That is Hamas. That
right.
literally is what it is.
Okay, right. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
So to say that we stand with another country, no. How about we just stand against the terrorism?
Mm. Mm. Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's interesting.
It is. I'm all about standing against terrorism.
Yeah.
But I don't know, dude.
Shit, man.
It's a good place, bro.
Man, 75 makes you think.
Getting a little too deep. I was getting a little hot off of that, dude.
No, it's real life things. It's real life situations what's going on, and I think people need to be awake and really be forced to look. We have to look ourselves in the mirror before we can point out anyone else's problems. Man, fix your own bed. Fix your own problems.
I have never seen that.
Me either.
I've never seen that.
Me either.
Anywhere.
Me either. So, I mean,
that's crazy.
It's wild that I'm saying it out loud. Because it's really what it... I mean, yeah. I could take a picture next time I see it. It's wild.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to really see it out... I can't. I just can't believe it, honestly. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Disgusting.
It is disgusting.
But, man, I just say, man, be that light. Question everything, but find solutions. Don't just question everything and just let chaos ensue. But be part of the solutions to fix what's going on, right? Be that light. Be that person to step up and say, hey, that's not right. Or, hey, we don't need to be there. Or we don't need to support anyone or anything, really, in this sense. Stand up for the good. Fight against the evil. That's what it all comes down to. Episode 75 of the Smoke Circle Pod.
In the books, baby.
In the books.
Changing it up next week.
End of an era.
End of an era and the beginning of the rebirth of the podcast.
Hell yeah.